All right, welcome to race 2 of the NASCAR Inside Line Custom Season, where today we will be at Las Vegas Motor Speedway for the running of the Kobalt Tools 400. Here is your starting lineup. Dale Earnhardt Jr. won the pole with hometown native Kyle Busch to his outside. Carl Edwards and Brad Keselowski make up row 2. Greg Biffle, Tony Stewart make up row 3. Matt Kenseth and Casey Kane make up row 4. Martin Truex and Jeff Gordon make up row 5. Jimmy Johnson, Mark Martin make up row 6. Marcus Ambrose and Denny Hamlin in row 7. Sam Hornish Jr. and Joey Logano will make up row 8. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. and Kevin Harvick will make up row 9. Trevor Bayne and Jeff Burton will make up row 10. Kurt Busch, Juan Montoya will make up row 11. Jamie McMurray and Clint Boyer will make up row 12. Dylan Murway and Ryan Newman will make up row 13. David Stremme and Paul Menard will make up row 14. David Reagan and Danica Patrick will make up row 15. Regan Smith and Scott Speed will make up row 16. Eric Almirola and Austin Dillon will make up row 17. Casey Mears and Bobby Labonte will make up row 18. Landon Castle and David Gilliland will make up row 19. Travis Kvapil and Robbie Gordon will make up row 20. Josh Wise, Michael McDowell, and Joe Nemechek will take the final 3 spots. Let's go racing. "53 laps today at Las Vegas. Race 2, the Diamond in the Desert. Dale Jr. brings us down for the start. Oh, McMurray in trouble already as the caution comes out. Is just past the start-finish line. We got cars all over the place. David Stremme hard into the wall on his side, nearly over the wall. And we got another car getting airborne just past the start-finish line. Couple more have folded into each other as David Gilliland and Casey Mears crash just past the tri-oval. Scott Speed's in it. Bobby Labonte, Travis, Landon Castle in the 83. And David Stremme is upside down somehow, just past the start-finish line. Yeah, Murray just checked up. Oh, hard hit. Quite a few hard hits. 2 cars flipping. Casey Mears just did a slow rollover. While David Stremme pounds the wall and ends up sliding up the track upside down. So 2 flips in 1 lap to start this race. Brad Keselowski looks to lead this lap, get some bonus points. Dale Jr. did the same and somehow pitted on that caution for some reason. Oh, we got another crash in the wall. One spinning. Kurt Busch, Jimmy Johnson, Trevor Bayne, and more. Yeah, Hornish gets loose. Ambrose hits the wall. So that's another big wreck off turn 4. We're going to be in for an interesting race, I think. The Daytona 500 winner, Casey Kane, is on the outside for this restart. Dylan Murray breaking ankles, going to get under Kenseth for 10th spot as Casey Kane takes the lead here. And it becomes our third leader in this race. As already we have had 2 cautions for 2 big wrecks. In this one is Ambrose with a nice head of steam up the middle, going 3 wide. Unfortunately, the momentum stalled out. Jeff Gordon is currently the fastest car on the racetrack, sitting there in third with Jeff Burton, I believe, behind him. As Brad Keselowski drifts back to 7th, probably. Racing with the 27 for 6th. Jeff Burton is now the fastest car on the track. Should be getting close to pit stops here, about 4 laps, maybe 4 or 5 laps. As Dylan Murray is really tight. He's just ran Kyle Busch up the racetrack and had to catch it before he would go around, as you got Kenseth trying to fight with Dylan for 10th. Looks like Kenseth is going to take it going into 1. So far, after 2 cautions for some pretty hard wrecks, things seem to be quieting down for a little bit. As Casey Kane pulls away with a 3-second lead. Got a group of about 6 cars up front. Still somehow they're side by side, locked together, and that allowed Dylan to close up as he gets into the back of Keselowski, who gets a little squirrely. Oh, big checkup. Paul Menard checks up. Kyle Busch gets loose. Overcorrects. Into the wall. Collects Kenseth. And we're under caution. Kills him. Already having a bit of a halting start to this race, I think. With 3 cautions in the first portion of this race. as we come down pit road, and looks like everybody else came down. 3 crashes so far in the first 13 laps. Things are a bit chippy in this race. As got some cars already heading out of pit road. As a little aggressive coming out of pit road between Kyle Busch and Matt Kenseth. Joey Logano and Ryan Newman are the only cars that stayed out on this restart, on this caution. They're the only 2 cars on this restart that I don't know if they pitted early or they didn't even pit at all, but things will be interesting for those 2. Dylan Murway sliding into 6th behind the 24 of Gordon. He's going to go 3 wide and maybe take a couple spots. Casey Kane checks up, is around on the apron, saves it. Nobody hits him. Nobody else sees the 5 nearly coming into traffic, because that was looking to be pretty bad. Joey Logano and Ryan Newman decided to pit under this caution. As Denny Hamlin is on the front row for this restart, with Jeff Gordon, who is outside. Looks like Gordon might have had some issues getting going. See him dance around the outside lane. Dylan trying to go 3 wide, maybe. He makes it work this time compared to racing on the bottom, as Jeff Gordon takes the lead. Will get 5 bonus points towards the chase. He's one of the drivers that needed it after Daytona. With Jeff Burton in 2nd. Dylan Murway and Jimmy Johnson fighting for spots for 3rd. Side by side there between the Kobalt and Fox Sports Chevrolet. Jimmy Johnson trying to drive it in on the inside. Can't quite clear him because Dylan Murway just gets better power off the corner. As here comes Denny Hamlin to the party. And they're clear. Whoa! Dylan saves it. Jimmy does not. Oh, hard rack. Another one. Just past the start-finish line. Oh, Keselowski got airborne. There, number 2. Haven't had a lot of green flag racing in this race, this place. And we've seen a lot more in terms of cautions staying behind that Toyota pace car. Dylan Murway tries to widen that bumper. Austin Dillon looking under Dylan Murway to take the lead, bringing the 93 of Quapple with him. These are guys that were supposed to pit. However, yellows and other issues got these guys to be shuffled towards the front. Hornish tries to think about sticking it in there. Thinks better of it. As Kyle Busch goes back to the lead. Let's go crank it up. Plenty of it. Ooh. It looks like we may have another end of green flag stops this time. Hopefully, Kyle Busch is pitting, and we're going to join him. Kyle Busch and Dylan Murway getting ready to start green flag pit stops as Sam Hornish is leading on the backstretch. Or he'll put us a lap down here.
Let's go to work, boys. Here we go.
And the yellow is out again. Sixth yellow of the day. Just as I came out of pit road, David Gilliland and Ricky Stenhouse go for a slide. And let's see how things shake out on this pit stop. Jeff Gordon gets the lead back. Is everybody from 8th on back pitted. All these crashes have jumbled the order up in some way. And some kind of crazy way. And it all started from the beginning when Jamie McMurray went hard into the wall on lap 2. Yeah, Dylan's left tires are screaming. Danica goes around. Collects the 11 of Denny Hamlin and more. Unsure how all the stuff behind got started. Kevin Harvick went for a slide. And Dylan just couldn't catch it. As everyone started to check up, people started running into the back of each other, and looks like Dylan Roy is going to need left side tires. Not my left side tires, numbskull.
All right, guys, we need to be smooth and fast here. Let's go.
As there we go. We're gonna have a lot of traffic to come back from. This may be interesting. Yeah, every car is gonna look like this at the short tracks in a few weeks. Every single one of these cars is going to be messed up in some way. I don't think there's going to be any car in this field that's going to be clean. And if there is, I'd like to see it. Scott Speed is the leader, by the way, as he gets 5 bonus points. Dylan Murray rocketing around on the inside lane. Whoa, this ain't good. As to use Edwards as a bank board. Getting a lot of getting 9 spots in this restart. 10 and falling in behind Biffle. And how about David Stremme? Blasts the inside wall hard enough to go up. So, more wrecking. In turn 4. Joey Logano, the Daytona 500 winner, Casey Kane, David Gilliland, Danica Patrick, Mark Martin, Brad Keselowski, Jamie McMurray, Robbie Gordon, Joe Nemechek, Travis Kvapil, Mark Martin, and Jeff Gordon. All getting into a wreck coming off. Probably going to pit road here. Either that or somebody checked up big and didn't inform them they were pitting. McMurray got loose. That was twice Keselowski nearly ended up going over the top of somebody. Eight cautions so far in this one. And we had 6 at Daytona. Already shaping up to be a rather smash 'em up season. Whoa, the outside lane didn't get going at all. As Dylan Murray tried to duck low, but nearly got turned by Hornish. As Travis Kvapil and Carl Edwards are around. Edwards to the inside. Wall. Still green. And caution. Yeah, he slammed that wall. Kept it out of harm's way, though. But the issue was he sat there. And when you sat there, NASCAR has to throw the yellow because they don't, in order to get medical workers out there, or any workers, as a matter of fact. 15 to go. Kyle Busch checks with a terrible start. Kurt Busch and Josh Wise escape with the lead away from everybody in turns 1 and 2. As Kurt Busch is starting to pull away here. Josh Wise in second. Dylan Murray trying to look to his outside. Kind of got a little squirrely off of 2. Dylan Murray just clears the 26 and now begins the run to the lead. Unless there's a caution. Kurt Busch is a hometown native at this facility. His brother Kyle got a win here in 2009. Kurt Busch would like to join him. Join his brother in the win column as he's got a full second ahead on Dylan Murray, who's been driving the wheels off that thing today. They may have to pit for fuel depending on how things shake out. As Dylan Murray gained a lot of time in turn one on Kurt Busch, as he's going to maybe move up a groove. Surprised Kurt Busch didn't take the line away. Ooh, a little bit of contact there. Going down the back. You may need some tires here if there's another caution. The 25. I think a lot of these cars could need tires. Nice thing about Dylan Murray drafting with Kurt Busch is they save all that fuel. And which could help them if there's a late caution and there's a play decide between winning and getting into the playoffs or running out of fuel late in a race and causing a big mess on the restart. Ten laps left. And you can see Dylan Murray's crew chief telling him to pit. Question is, they're going to have to pit here. I think Kurt Busch might join him as well. Nope. And a caution just comes out. Yellow flag number 10, just as Dylan came down pit road, as you saw Kevin Harvick drifting backwards on the racetrack for some reason. Joe Nemechek just comes right in front of Eric Almirola. This changes everything. A lot of these guys are going to have to pit. Hit for a small dash to the finish. That's what a lot of these guys are going to have to do is they're going to need to pit. They're doing just that. How does this restart turn out now as we got David Reagan, Josh Wise, and Ricky Stenhouse on the outside, or on the inside, with David Stremme, who blasted the wall on lap 1. This could be interesting. For Dylan Murray, who does he go with? Does he go with David Reagan, maybe push him, or does he go through wide? He's going to go for it, maybe, as Reagan falls back to third. Dylan Murray takes a spot from Busch. He's got it. Big stack up coming to pit lane. Looks like they make it down without incident. 6 to go. Only for one car to come to pit road. And odd enough to see that. Dylan Murray is going to have to be a real wide if he wants to keep anybody behind him. And how about Dale Jr., who led one lap, fell to 32nd on a pit stop, came and is right back and could possibly have a shot at winning this thing. Kurt Busch neck and neck. Who do they go? 5 to go. Johnson and Jr. in the second row. And how about this? Casey Kane, Casey Mears, Jeff Gordon back here. Dylan's basically mirror driving right now. Is John Jr. is on the outside. Could he get the lead? Ooh, okay. Junior's got it. 4 to go. That's Greg Biffle up there as well. As Junior gets a little loose. And how about Johnson coming right back into the mix? So they're in second. 3 laps left. Junior continues to hold a 0.3 of a second lead. Unless Dylan can get a good run, I think Dylan's tires are toast. Unless he can get something good, hope to God Junior messes up. 2 to go at the line. Dylan closing up big. Could he get to Junior off 2? Here comes Johnson. As he slams into the wall, Johnson airborne. Whoops. Johnson airborne on the backstretch. Now, and a hard one. Several cars flying. Amarola is on his side. Looks like one car is way up into the air. Jeff Gordon into the air. Jeff Burton's there. Bobby Labonte uses Sam Hornish as a bank board. Just as these guys were coming to the white flag, a savage mess in turn 3. Comes in. Oh, God. That's a huge side force impact, and then the field explodes. I think I counted 3 cars airborne. Jeff Gordon got into the air. Bobby Labonte, AJ Allmendinger flipped. Second week in a row, we're going to overtime. Three laps to go. David Reagan goes around. Yellow flag number 12. I think that's a record here in Vegas. 12 caution flags. I think we might have a couple more depending on how much of a smash up this race has been. Casey Kane leads. Hamlin goes for a slide into the pack. And somehow that wasn't a caution. That was not a caution. Until now. Final yell. Final attempt at a green-white checker this time. Took quite a few laps. But believe it or not, I think we're going to have to finally decide a winner on this attempt, because if there's a wreck at any time, they're racing back no matter what. Casey Kane gets back up front. We're going to probably see a crash here coming to the white. Cars are starting to pit. They're checking up. And that looks to be it, as Reagan gets into the wall. Yellow flag is not out. They're going to let him race. Ricky Stenhouse up there leading. As Kurt Busch will also go into the inside wall. He comes to a rest. No yellow. As there's a car stopped on the bottom in 4. Speed comes up the track. Oh, and a big mess. Oh, one car. Oh. A lot of crashing on the last lap. Stenhouse is sideways across the line. Travis Quapple suddenly flips behind us. I'm trying to piece some of this together, figure out who won this. Carl Edwards won this race somehow. Joe Nemechek, Casey Mears, Michael McDowell, Ricky Stenhouse, Josh Wise, Danica Patrick, Austin Dillon, Robbie Gordon, and Joey Logano, your top 10. Dylan Murray saw a lot of wrecks in this race and ended up 14th. Jeff Gordon, 22nd. Ricky Stenhouse ended up 5th after whatever happened to him. Scott Speed and Juan Montoya end up a lap down. So let's piece together how all the issues of this last lap. A lot of wrecking to skip through. Or the issues that led up to the first green record. So watch some of these hits. Jimmy Johnson. Oh, wow. Got a photo on that. That was Jimmy Johnson almost upside down. And look at some more cars from this knot. This is crazy. Bobby Labonte in the air. Jeff Gordon. Look at how high Gordon is. Nearly up, got into the fence there. There's Jeff Burton, Danica Patrick, Brad Keselowski, Eric Almirola up in the air. He does a barrel, looks like. And then the end of the wreck had Bobby Labonte flipping down in turn 3. Joey Logano, Ricky Stenhouse, David Stremme, and then Jamie McMurray, Regan Smith, Matt Kenseth, and Mark Martin. So let's look at how this last lap really started. So go ahead and go through. This is after the first part of the incident where Eric Amarola and Travis Kvapil get into the wall. Dylan Murray looking for a gap. Bunch of cars start pitting. David Reagan gets tipped into the wall. There. And then watch Kurt Busch. Here. It's turned. And it is about to hit the wall. That was a hard hit. And then all this wrecking started. Scott Speed missed pit road. He's about to get up the racetrack. Now, Juan Montoya, he was a lap down, I'm guessing. He ends up crashing. But if he's up there, he's nowhere near Stenhouse, who is sideways just past the tri-oval or the start-finish line. So Carl Edwards won this race as disaster strikes behind. So we got that. Montoya, how he started. Here's how he got wrecked. Or got into some wrecks, into the wrecking up ahead. So here's Stenhouse, probably got turned by somebody. And then here's the wrecking behind. And then they already start wrecking behind because Scott Speed went up into traffic. Ambrose looking ready to ramp over his teammate who already flipped. I think there were at least 5 flips in this race. Or maybe more. At least a third of the field got upside down. Jeff Gordon. Yeah, Scott Speed got Jeff Gordon. As he came up, Jimmy Johnson gets into the back of Ambrose. And then, whoa. How did Stenhouse? So Kvapil was one of the guys that was upside down. He got upside down. I think he hit a lip. You saw Denny Hamlin getting a little airborne. Getting airborne, probably hitting some switches. Wow. Denny Hamlin, Trevor Bayne, Jeff Gordon, Kvapil, Smith, Burton, Stewart, McGrath. So here's to how Kvapil was already upside down. A lot of hard wrecks in this race. So Stenhouse gets turned just past the start finish line. Travis Kvapil ends up flipping around. And then this happens behind. Regan Smith, David Reagan, Jeff Gordon, Landon Castle, Jimmy Johnson, Jeff Burton, David Gilliland, Eric Almirola again. With his car, it's probably being held together by tethers. There's Tony Stewart smashed up. And Ryan Newman, who just about came into this, he's like, where do I go? While that goes on, Carl Edwards will join the elimination style playoffs with his win. 13 cautions using all 3 green white checkers. So there you go. Carl Edwards adds his name to the chase grid. And next week, head out to California for race 3 of 36 for the Auto Club 400, 50 laps, 2:30 p.m. Eastern. We'll see you then.